Hey guys, it's Holly. Welcome back to my channel. I'm doing something a little bit different tonight, and so basically what I'm going to do as quickly as I can is I'm going to show you guys how I color my hair. So many of you know I color my own hair, I cut my own hair, I do it all myself, and I just like it that way. I don't like having appointments, it stresses me out. I don't like something else to add to my plate, and I really like the way that I'm able to experiment and just do my own thing and have control over the products that I'm using as well. So the color that I'm going to be using today is just Revlon Total Color. And so this is a brand that I have been using. This is really the only brand I've been using for like the past probably almost 6 months now. And sometimes I will use henna or indigo powder, but I do have quite a bit of gray, especially that comes right up here. At this point, I have a genetic predisposition to getting gray hair early, unfortunately. So I pluck some of them out, but it's getting to the point where I'm having to color a little bit more frequently to cover that up. So the reason I like this brand is because it doesn't have ammonia, parabens, sulfates, silicones, mineral oil, phthalates, gluten, and animal-derived ingredients. It's dermatologist tested formula. And so this particular hair color it's just a box color. You can get it at the drugstore, grocery store, whatever. I get mine off Amazon. And they have all these different colors. And so what's really awesome is, like I said before, this is just a color it's not entirely natural. It's not like the most awesome thing. But out of all the box colors you could get, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like this is one of the best. Where you can go with Herbitint, or there's another one that's similar that I get sometimes, but lately I've been using this because it works great. It lasts a really long time. So without further ado, so all you're gonna need if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna color your hair or whatever, you just need your box of color. So, and I'm just doing this video on the box coloring. I'm not doing the henna or the indigo powder. I'll probably do a separate video on that at a later date. So, and then obviously what's in your box, which is going to be your developing cream right here, Color Developer, which I've already opened because I was getting started and then decided I wanted to film it. So then your color cream, which comes in this tube. And then you have your, hold on one second. This is just like a deep conditioner. They don't all come with this, but this particular brand does. And this is just kind of like a deep conditioner that you can use afterward. So usually it doesn't take the whole entire thing. Usually you can make 2 to 3 uses out of it, depending, just depends. Alright, so then you want scissors or something to cut the tip off of the top of the bottle, and some gloves. And you want to go over the paper first and do an allergy test, obviously. But for this particular color, and with most box hair colors, general processing time is right around 30 minutes, 25-30 minutes, depending on how much color you want, all that kind of thing. I'm a little bit discombobulated in my brain today, so you guys will have to forgive me. But then you just want to have a hair tie, one that you don't mind getting messed up, and then make sure you're wearing a shirt that you don't really care about, or like a really old shirt, or something really dark, maybe something black. But if you're using anything with bleach in it, that could backfire. So my best advice, just wear an old shirt. So anyway, so you're really supposed to put your gloves on first, but I usually don't put them on until I'm ready to put the color on my hair. So you're going to take this is pretty self-explanatory, but your cream color, and you're just going to get it all into the developer, just like this. And so all color kits are a little bit different, but for the most part, these types are all the same. So the color that I'm doing is it's like a medium brown. So, which on me will probably come out a little bit red. So, and sometimes you might get a little bit that kind of falls out there, but I know you guys can't see this. I'm having trouble getting like the best angle with my camera. So, and it's hard to get all of it out. It's really hard to squeeze all of it out sometimes. So you just kind of have to do the best that you can. Just to the best of your ability, just squeeze it out. And just be mindful, this can get on your hands. Some people will use like petroleum jelly or something, or some mineral oil, some baby oil to put like around the sides of their ears and forehead and all that. So you can totally do that. I don't do that mainly for time's sake, but I also find that washes off really easily for me. So now that I am done with putting the cream in. You want to make sure you get as much as you can. Okay. So I like to throw all of my trash in the box just because it's easier. So once I do that, put the top on. Okay. And I'm going to wipe off. There's a little bit on the side of the bottle. So I'm just going to wipe that off. And you want to try your best to keep the color off of your countertops and your sink. Try to wipe it up as soon as you can because obviously it can stain. So now that you have everything in the bottle, you're going to like cut off the top. Okay, so cut off the top. So now I'm going to put my gloves on. Like I say, you're really supposed to put them on before you do your mixture. But anyways, so I've got this. So, alright, so gloves are on good. So now I'm just going to take this, I'm going to shake it up and mix it. So you just want to mix it up for like, it's not really any specific time necessarily, it's just until you can see that it's becoming uniform. It's still got a little bit in there that's not entirely uniform, but if you can get it like this, like it's pretty much good. So this is where the way I do mine varies from other people. So other people will go out all crazy, take all these different sections of hair, put up like this, put up like that, you know. Honestly, I just do it all at once. And that's one reason why I wanted to do this video, to show you how easy it is, depending on your hair, kind of like your texture, your style of hair, and kind of how long your hair is. But if you've just got like medium length hair, or even like medium to long, kind of like me, I have like a straight to wavy type of hair. And my hair is fairly thick, but it's not super thick. So I do have a lot of hair, but ultimately what I do, and this is not going to work for everyone, but it does work for a lot of people, and I find this works like magic every time. I'm just going to go ahead and start putting it on. So I'm going to start just like this. So I like to start with the crown of my head, and then I just kind of go different sections like this and kind of try to get like my roots. So I don't necessarily divide into sections exactly, so I'm getting like the back here a little bit. So I start with getting those roots. And at first, don't worry about like every little detail, just kind of get started with it. So next thing I do is I just start pouring it into my hand, okay? So right now, I'm going to put a little bit down on the roots, not the roots, the ends of my hair here. Just kind of like rub through like so. And this is kind of just getting warmed up and just kind of getting everything in there. So this is what I call like my warm up. Okay, so now it's warmed up. So now we're gonna start really getting in there. So now I'm gonna put some more in my hand, and I'm just kind of gonna start like rubbing it in like this as much as I can. Try to get under some of those layers. And obviously the more you're going away from your natural hair color, the harder you're gonna have to work at this. If you're staying any kind of similar to your natural hair color, you're not gonna have to worry as much about missing a spot. But let's get over here, some of the underside. Okay, back. Basically, you just want to massage this all in. So make sure that you're getting like all your hair. And over here, like by the ears and stuff, is something you don't want to miss as well. That's my most commonly missed spot. So now I'm going to do some more like towards the top of my head. And now I'm just going to go in like this and use like this patting rubbing technique. Okay. So, especially making sure you get all of your roots massaged into your roots. And in the back, especially if you have any gray, like make sure you get your roots really good. Or, you know, if you're going far from your natural hair color, because those roots will start to show pretty quick. Okay. So I'm just going to keep going in with more color. Getting this underside way back here, pull all that hair up. Okay, so this is the part where the color kind of starts to run out for me. And so basically from here, I just slather my hair until the rest of the color is gone. Again, making sure you try to get as evenly as possible all over the hair. But this is a really simple technique and it's so quick and easy, especially if you're a single mom like me. So at the very end, I take my hair tie when I've got maybe just a tiny bit of color left. And I go ahead and put my hair up like this. I put it into a very secure, pretty tight bun. Okay, just like that. And then I take whatever little bit I have left and I slather it onto the rest of the hair, up top, sides, back. I do use a little bit more on the top of my head than anywhere else just because of the roots and the gray that comes up here. And that part also tends to fade quickly. So I like to get that all really good. And I'm going to add a little bit more to my bun. This big chunk of hair back here, all around it. Massaging in all kinds of different directions to make sure you really get it in there. Okay. And so, it's pretty much the last of it. So, for some people, you might not even need the whole entire bottle. So, for some people, you might need 2 bottles if you have really, really long hair. And so it's almost gone. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So I'm going to throw this away in my box. Okay, all the color is on. Everything's evenly distributed. I'm going to take these gloves off. And when I get in the shower, I usually will use a different pair of gloves, or I will, I'll usually use a different pair of gloves. Sometimes you can rinse these off and reuse them in the shower, but it's kind of hard and they get sticky with your hands and everything. So here's all my trash, so I can just throw it in my trash here. And then I'm going to put my scissors away after I cut the video off, and then just clean up your area. Make sure you're not leaving any color that's going to stain. So just use whatever you have. I usually use a combination of, toilet paper, wipes, hold on. And I might use a rag if I need to. It just depends on the severity of the mess. Like this one did not get messy at all. Like I had 2 little spots in there. So the last thing that I do is I take a wipe and I just wipe gently the edges where any color got on my skin or my ears. Don't worry if it does get on your skin a little bit in your ears, because honestly, that is gonna go away. It's gonna come off in the shower pretty well. So just get what you can, and then if it gets on your shoulder or your neck, obviously wipe that off. Just get what you can and don't worry about the rest. Especially if you're going with a fairly natural hair color. If it's hardcore, vibrant, the more unnatural colors like blue, pink, red, super red, you will need to worry more. But with this, it's pretty simple. So I do that. And then let's see, I think there's one more thing I want to show you. So if you decide that you want to do your eyebrows, so I usually actually don't do my eyebrows, but this time I'm going to, just because this color is pretty good. So you can you can leave a little bit of color and use your cotton swabs, or whatever tool you want to use to apply it to your eyebrows. You can do that, you can use it from the remnants of the bottle, or you can honestly just do like this, and then just put some on your eyebrow. So it's really simple to do. You do want to be careful. Obviously, it's going to say on the box, like, don't use it on your eyebrows or whatever, but it just depends on your sensitivity. It depends on if you have any, allergies. It depends on so many different factors. But generally, the eyebrow time, you want to be a little bit more careful as far as how long you leave it on. Just keep a really good eye on it. For me, this just gives me a very minimal little, like, color boost to my eyebrows. So, for me, the color doesn't last long, especially in my eyebrows. But anyways, I'm just showing you how I do this. So, anyway, so when I get in the shower, rinse all this off and the eyebrows in, I'm good to go. So, this is really all I do. I do this about once every 4 to 6 weeks, depending. I'd say 5 weeks on average. I usually pick a slightly different color every time because I like to experiment, and that's really about it. So here in, like, what are we at, 16 minutes right now? So it really usually only takes me about 10 minutes to, get the color mixed up, get it on my hair, clean up, and go do whatever I'm going to do for half an hour. Sometimes I'll even leave it on closer to 40 minutes. And then I get in the shower, I wash it off, and that's that. So it's very simple, especially if maybe you're not able to leave the house a lot. If you're like me, you've got little kids, and it's just easier for you to do this at home. I hope that this helps. And so I just kind of got to thinking it'd be a good idea to film this. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.